went to work, and I rented this office, and so I go to this new office, and there's a bunch of real estate agents there, and I was trying to be cool with the real estate agents because obviously they would send me business because I'm a real estate lawyer, right? So these Pakistani real estate agents were sharing my office, and one of them actually owned the office, and he was renting it out, and you know, this seemed super successful, and like they would tell me how successful they were, and then they would always tell me to join a charity. They're like, oh no, they'd be like, oh, we donate so much money to charity, and they're always trying to convince me like, oh, you should give money to charity. I'm like, bro, I just started this business. Like, I don't have that much money to fucking be throwing around. Like, I gotta give money to charity, like Doctor Without Borders here and there, right? Like $50, $100, but like I don't have money to just be throwing around, you know. He's like, no, but God will be so happy with you, and they're Pakistani, right? Allah will bless you, and you should give them charity, and this and that. They had this other woman who's never at her office. She was somewhere else. Noshaba server. So it was Anis Ahmed, Noshaba service, server, Mudassar Beg, and tire shop. So she tells me she has a client for me, but the client is not available because they're going to Pakistan, so they want to sign remotely. And I'm like, no, I can't do that because I talked to the law society and they say I shouldn't do it remotely. Like, you have to sign in person. Like, real estate lawyers, you have to do it in person because if there's fraud or something, you can get into a lot of trouble. So let's say you don't sign somebody in person, you do it online, and that person was a fraudster, the law society would give you mad shit because you didn't do it in person. So she's trying to get me to do it online, and I'm like, no, I can't do that. And then she's like, oh no, never mind, it's not online. And she sends me the client anyway. What the fuck? First she said it was online, then she's like, no, it's not online. The guy came back. Okay, sure. I did that deal. So she calls me, and she's like, sends me this fake video, which I'll release to you guys, of this charity in Pakistan, right? And this charity, she's like, oh, like I built 7 or 8 houses in Pakistan for the flood victim, because there was a flood here or something, right? So she's like, I built like 7 or 8 houses for the flood victims, and blah 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 blah, and I want to build more, so can you help me raise some money for the charity? And I was like, sure, no problem. And then she sends me this video, this fake ass video, this fake charity. There's no such charity. And I'm like, how does this bitch get money to build 8 houses? She's a real estate agent, and she told me her business is really bad. She's barely getting any clients. How the fuck is she building these houses, right? So I look at the news, and the news comes out where this other gentleman got accused of funding the terrorists. So what they do is, this is the next trap that I'm gonna expose today. So if you're not a Muslim, and you know you have girlfriends or whatever, easy target, right? They just send a girl after you, right? She makes you her boyfriend, and then she accuses you of a crime, or takes you to the US and accuses you of a crime, you go to jail. Easy peasy. But if you're a Muslim, or if you're a believer and you don't sin, then they can't use that against you. So for Muslims now, they're using terrorist financing. So what they do is they set up a charity in Pakistan, right? And then they get Muslim people, listen to this carefully. If you're ever gonna raise money for a charity or donate money to a charity, make sure you know who the people you are dealing with are. Don't just trust them because they're in your community. They got people from every community working for them. And demons can shapeshift into people from your community. So these people that I was dealing with, I don't even know if they're demons or humans. They could have been demons. Maybe they're real humans, but it's not hard for them to hire people from your community. And what they do is they hire people, other Muslim people, and then they make this fictitious charity, and then they get you to donate or raise money for that charity. And the guy who's running the charity here claims that, you know, he spoke with their informant, and then he claims to be funding the terrorists. So their informant speaks with him, he tells their informant that I fund the terrorists, and boom, you get locked up for terrorist financing in US, Canada, wherever you are. You get locked up. There's a guy right now locked up in Canada. He's being extradited to the US right now for this exact same thing. So they use terrorist financing and fake charities to, you know, get you locked up for terrorist financing. So that's what they tried with me. So once that happened, I left that office. I started working. I went downtown. I was being gang stalked like no tomorrow, you know, all kind of nonsense.